Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to do something fun that I really like. I don't know if you can tell. We've got a nice piece of beef here. Eye of the round. What do you think I'm going to do with it? Well, today we're going to make some beef jerky. I love beef jerky. Every time I go to like a gas station, I go in, I see that one section and it's like, just draws me over, but it's so damn expensive. So I figured, you know what? Buy a beautiful piece of meat and do it myself and show you guys how to do it. I'm not going to bore you with all the small stuff, so we're going to dive in here. A lot of people, this is where it comes down to personal preference, in my opinion. A lot of people will cut it against the grain. So in this, the grain is running lengthways. They would cut it, and then you get a lot of pieces. The pieces just fall apart in small chunks, which I don't like. The way we used to do it is we actually cut it with the grain. That way when you had your piece, you could rip a piece off, really bite on it, and it's just fun. You know, you rip it off of a bigger piece and just eat it that way. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it into manageable pieces. I don't have a slicer to do it all uniform on, so big knife. Like I said, I'm just going to cut it into manageable pieces and then cut it. I'll show you that right now. Now that we got it out of the bag, first thing we're going to do is trim it. We're going to take all the fat off and any sinew. We don't want all that on there. It's not very nice when it's finished. Got the hard part done. Did it all by hand because I don't have a meat slicer. If you look here, they're all pretty good. They're anywhere from 1/4 to 1/8 thick, which is where you want to be anyways, because you want that spice and the salt to go through. And then when you are actually drying it or smoking it, you want all that moisture to leave. With all that surface area and being so thin, has a good chance to get out faster. We're just going to weigh it now, add the salt, spices, and then what I'm actually going to do is throw it in a vacuum bag. When things are under vacuum and you're curing them, they actually speed up a little bit because the vacuum pulls the muscle apart, lets everything go in faster, better. I'm still going to let it cure for a couple days. When we come back with the video, after I do all this stuff, it'll be the weekend and we'll be smoking it. 1.9 kilo. At least this way when you weigh it out, you know exactly how much salt to weigh out spices. It's not going to be too salty, too whatever. Let's get to it. Got all the spices weighed out and salt. We have I'm using pickling salt with the nitrite in there. Just helps with the bacteria and stuff. We've got garlic. We've got onion powder. We've got freshly ground black pepper. I've got white pepper. And I've got chipotle. Very simple, but I think gonna taste very good. Now, the fun part. Spread this out. Just put everything on and then mix it all together. You just want to get your hands in there, try and make sure the salt and spice covers every piece. But when we vacuum it, that's going to really make sure that everything's throughout every piece. Oh, it smells so good. Can't wait. I could just leave it like this and cover it up. But like I said, I'm going to throw it in the vacuum bag, vacuum it, throw it in the fridge. And then I don't have to worry. Got the bag made. When loading it, try and keep this end clean if you can. A clean bag makes a better seal. smells so good already though. Just gonna flatten this out. That way we don't have very much air in there to begin with. And there we go. Just like that. It's in the vacuum bag, sealed. Now it's just gonna do its thing, marinate, let the salt cure everything, and this is where science takes over. Into the fridge it goes. And next time you see me, it'll be probably Saturday morning when I actually fire up the smoker to do this. Till then, be well. Welcome back, everybody. It is the weekend finally. So here we have the beef jerky that's been curing the last few days. I'm excited to open it and smell it and get all this goodness going. So what we're gonna do is just lay it out on the smoking racks I have here. I cleaned them off as best I could and then get them on the smoker. But what I did, I weighed the meat now, and we're gonna weigh it after, and I'm gonna show you how much weight was actually lost, water weight, in the beef jerky. When you lose all that water, that's what makes things shelf stable, and what that means is you don't need refrigeration. That's why beef jerky and all products like that have been around forever, because that way you could actually take it with you and you had a good protein source with you to eat. But now everybody just loves it, and you know, it's still great to take on camping trips, fishing, hunting, whatever you want to do. Just have a quick snack. Let's get to it. Just going to oh my, that smells so good. Wow. What we're gonna do, take a rack. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. And we're just gonna lay it out like this. Try not to have stuff overlapping, because you want all that surface area to actually get rid of all the water. I'm gonna see how well these racks work. I've never used them for this before. Right now it's just kind of like a puzzle. You just put them on the best you can. Fill up the space you have. Ooh, I can't wait to try this. Let's go. A little bit of touching on the sides isn't bad, but what you don't want is stuff overlapping, because that's just double as thick and it's going to take a much longer time to actually dry it out. The thing with beef jerky, we're not actually trying to cook it. We're going to have, it's going to be tricky today. My smoker's not the best for keeping low temperature, but I'm really going to have to play with fire management today. I want to keep the smoker probably 150, 160. It's going to take probably 3 to 4 hours. I will have to really watch the fire and see how it goes. Like I said, we don't want to cook it. We just want the heat to basically evaporate whatever moisture and drop that water content down to make a beef jerky. When you're making stuff like this yourself, you know what's in it. You control what's going in there. There's no funky chemicals and all that stuff in there to prolong shelf life. You're just doing something you want to eat. And yeah, no, if you're at all concerned, do it yourself. I know exactly what's in here. It's fun. Do it yourself. Oh, I was a little nervous I didn't have enough rack space. I really didn't want to use 4. Oh, Perfect. It's like I planned it or something. Put that guy right there. There we have it. Now off to build the fire and get this stuff smoking. Okay, time to load her up. This is going to be fun. Pain in the butt. The smoker's too small. There we go. Welcome back inside, everybody. Just got the lovely beef jerky off the smoker. Still warm. What I'm going to do, before I even taste it, we're going to weigh it. And I'll explain why I'm weighing it. Just hang on. I got a reason. Tear that. And let's see here. 1069. Now I got to do a little bit of math, but just bear with me. Hang on. Okay, so did the math. I started with, I'm going to do this in grams. 1,935 grams of fresh beef. Right now, I ended up with 1,068. So that means it lost 867 grams of water, which translate to 55% of its weight. That's a lot. But that's what makes beef jerky shelf stable, because you lose all that water and it will just last a very long time. I will still keep it in the fridge. I'm going to vacuum pack it, keep it in the fridge, just to be on the safe side. Any excess, I will just throw it in the freezer, and it's going to last really indefinitely. But I just want to make a point that with all that water it lost, in the food industry, you buy by weight, you sell by weight. When you lose all that weight for that finished product, the price has to go up. So when you go to a gas station and see those bags of beef jerky, or you go to your butcher and buy it, it is expensive because it loses all that water. And normally, sausage product, you can add water, but here you lose it. So you have to make up for it. Just my little industry tip. Let's get to tasting it. Okay, I got it back on the tray. I just have to let it cool down. And by it cooling down, it still will lose a little bit of weight. If I actually go calculate that number, let's say tomorrow, that will even have lost a little bit more weight, which is normal. I've been dying to taste this. You remember how we cut it? We cut it with the grain. This way, I get nice pieces like that. I just tear it, and I get pieces like that. Oh yeah, nice and peppery. I don't want to share this. That's so good. Oh yeah. Next time I'm going to make it a little bit hotter, but for the first batch, very, very good. Let it cool down, like I said. Vacuum pack it off that way, and I'm going to throw most of it in the freezer, and it basically can keep indefinitely. Wow, awesome. I love it. It's so good. Again, thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you feel like it. I'd like to see you back every week, and happy eating, everybody.